Okay, students, welcome to our second lecture in our ongoing topic volume and surface area under the section of mensuration. We are studying under the volume and surface area three figures: cylinder, cone, and sphere. Okay, in the previous session also we saw cylinder. In this session also we'll be looking only for cylinder. Okay, I have written the formulas. Curved surface area CSA is 2 pi RH, TSA total surface area is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R square. Volume is pi R square H. A request to you that if at all you have not watched the first video, then please first watch that and then come to this video, because in maths everything is interlinked. Now, in the previous lecture we solved 4 questions, all were very typical and important. Same for today's session also, question number 5 and the first question for today's session. Okay, let's read the story what is given, and just apparently when we see 4 lines question it seems that it's very difficult, but it's very simple. Okay, hot coffee from a cylindrical jug 15 centimeter deep and radius 16 centimeter is poured. Okay, I have a cylindrical jug, a big jug 15 centimeter deep and radius 16 centimeter is poured into cylindrical glasses 4 centimeter in diameter and 8 centimeter deep. Okay, how many such glasses can be filled? So basically what here I have is, I can say, a hot coffee from a cylindrical jug 15 centimeter deep. Okay, so height is 15 centimeter. Height is 15 centimeter deep. I'll denote it by capital H. Okay, and radius is 16 centimeter. Radius is 16 centimeter. Capital R is equal to 16 centimeter. Okay, this is a jug. Okay, so this is a cylindrical jug, the big jug. 15 centimeter depth means height is 15 centimeter, capital H, and capital R. Why I am denoting everything with capital letters? Because by the frame of the question itself we can see that from the big jug I am pouring out the coffee into small glasses. So the small objects will be named with the small alphabets. Always we have to follow this pattern. Is poured into cylindrical glasses. Okay, cylindrical glasses, small glasses. And now let's see the dimension of this glasses. Cylindrical glasses of 4 centimeter in diameter. Students, this is very important. I am marking a star on this diameter. Why so? A diameter, okay, fine. Why a star? Because 80% of times in the examination, in the excitement, we by mistakenly write radius as 4 centimeter. They deliberately, to confuse you, they give radius for the one of the figures, and for the other figures they give diameters. So pay attention about the language of the question. Into the cylindrical glasses 4 centimeter in diameter. So diameter means the small d here. Diameter is how much? 4 centimeter. So radius will be what? Half of the diameter. It will be 2 centimeter. Radius will be 2 centimeter. Diameter was 4 centimeter. So radius कितना हो जाएगा? Half. So 2 centimeter. Okay. We are talking about this radius, small r. Okay. This much radius. Okay. What about the height? The height of this cylindrical glasses 8 centimeter deep. So small h is equal to 8 centimeter. Small h is equal to 8 centimeter. How many such glasses can be filled? Now comes a very important formula. Now pay attention here. See this. Of course you don't have to draw these figures in your exams. These are just for your understanding. But of course you have to write both the data. It's compulsory. Now first I'll write the data about the jug. So before writing that important formula, I'll write the data about the jug, which is the big cylindrical figure over here. Then After this, small glasses. Okay, everything I have mentioned here. Okay, now comes the most important formula. If you understand this formula, that means 90% of the question is solved. The question is, how many such glasses can be filled? Number of glasses that can be filled is equal to volume of jug upon volume of one glass. Volume of jug upon volume of one glass. Students, is this a new formula? Will you have to mug up this formula? Will you rote learn this formula? Answer is no. Number of glasses that can be filled. I'll give you one example. If I say that a boy has 20 rupees. A boy has 20 rupees. Find out the number of chocolates he can purchase with that 20 rupees if cost of one chocolate is 5 rupees. Find out number of chocolates he can purchase if out of 20 rupees total what he is having, one chocolate costs rupees 5. Is it very but obvious that what you will do, total amount, the bigger value which you have in your pocket, the total amount you will keep in the numerator, and the cost of one chocolate will be in the denominator. 5 ones are 5 fours are. So number of chocolates will be 4. Similarly, number of glass that can be filled is what? Volume of the jug, the total quantity which is available with you of the coffee, upon, now we need to fill up many glasses. We don't know how many glasses will be filled. So volume of one glass. Now secondly, students, pay attention. This was just an example to that, sir. Okay, fine. This is the formula. Now, sir, is it so that first we will find the volume of jug separately, then leaving a line we'll find the volume of one glass separately, and then we'll divide? I'll say a big no to you. You will have to do a very complex calculation then. Don't think over of that type of calculation. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Why I'm telling you all not to do it separately and then divide it? The reason you'll understand just in 1 minute. Just pay attention on the board. Okay, let's start the calculation. Can I say either it's a jug or it's a glass? It's a cylinder only. So what's the formula for volume? Volume of cylinder. Volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Only difference will be when I'm talking about this jug, I'll say capital H for the height and capital R for the radius. And when in the consideration we have this glasses, I'll say small h for the height and small r for the radius. Okay, volume of jug will be what? Pi capital R square h upon volume of one glass will be pi small r square h. Now I think so you will be getting it why I am telling you to do it like this and not to solve individually. The reason is this pi gets cancelled. Okay, now easily I can substitute the values. R square, capital R square, what's the radius for the jug? It's 16. So I'll not put 16 square. I'll write 16 multiplied by 16 because it's R square. Multiply by capital H which is 15. The whole upon small r square. Small r is here is 2, right? So 2 multiplied by 2 into small h, which is 8 over here. Okay. Now let's do the cancellation. 8 ones are 8, 2s are 16. This 2 goes off. 2 ones are and 2 8s are 16. 8 5s are is 40. Carry over 4. 8 ones are 8 plus 4 12. 120. Of course, no units. It's a quantity. So how many glasses can be filled? So it's compulsory that at the end you will write the statement. Therefore, number of glasses that can be filled is equal to 120. Hope you understood this, students. Pause the video and do it fast. Okay, students. Now the next question. Before starting this question, I'll say it is very, very important and I am marking 3 stars for it. Very, very important. Very small solution. The solution is just about 5 to 6 lines, but very important. And I'll say it's more about physics once again. It's a physics question. Okay, a cylindrical container with diameter of base 42 centimeter contains sufficient water to submerge a rectangular solid. Okay, first of all, let us draw whatever is given. This is my cylindrical container. A cylindrical container with diameter of the base 42 centimeter. Diameter of the base is 42 centimeter. This is the diameter. Okay, the entire thing is the diameter, right? Diameter of the base is how much? 42 centimeter. So D is 42 centimeter. So what about the radius? So radius is equal to 42 upon 2, which comes to 21 centimeter. Don't forget this. A cylindrical container with diameter of base 42 centimeter contains sufficient water to submerge a rectangular solid. Okay, I have some water in this jar. Okay students, now we can see that I have filled up the water in this cylindrical container. Okay, let's read once again. A cylindrical container with diameter of the base 42 centimeter with the radius 21 centimeter contains sufficient water to submerge a rectangular solid with dimensions. Okay, a rectangular solid with dimensions. This will be like length, breadth and height. A rectangular solid means it's like a cuboid. It's a cuboid. If all the three dimensions are same, if length, breadth and height are same, then we say it's a cube. But basically it's a cuboid. So it will look something like this. Length is 22 centimeter. Anything you can consider, no harm in that. Okay, breadth for 14 centimeter, breadth 14 centimeter, and height or depth, anything we can say, is 10.5 centimeter. I'll highlight the breadth with black color. This is the breadth. Okay, and this we can say as the depth or the height. So a rectangular cuboid or rectangular solid is put inside this cylindrical container. It's made up of iron, so it will completely submerge. It will not float, it will completely submerged. Now what happens, students? Just be very honest. Don't think any insight. I don't want your scientific thinking over here. In layman terms, if I take, for example, I have in my hand, this is my rectangular. For example, consider that this is my rectangular solid. Okay, when I put this rectangular solid inside this container, what will happen? So it will go inside the water, it will not float. Okay, now let's consider that it went inside the same rectangular. But students, what happens? Now pay attention, please, all eyes should be here. Initially, students, my water level was here. Okay, I'm marking a I over here. I means what? Initial water level. But moment I put this cuboid, the rectangular solid inside, it's very obvious that water level will rise. It's a obvious thing that water level will rise. Now the water level which rose, I am drawing with the red color marker. Pay attention. What happened? The water level got. Now pay attention. This is my final, denoted by F. Now pay attention, please. What happened over here? Initially my water level was up to this mark I, but moment I put a solid, rectangular solid inside it, the new water level was up till here. I have marked it with a F, the final water level. Okay. Hope you all understood this. I'll once again explain you the story, students. I was having a beaker, a cylindrical container filled with water. I is the initial level of the water. Moment I put a solid rectangular structure, iron structure inside this. The dimensions are given over here. What happens? It's very obvious that moment I put inside this container, this rectangular block, the water level will rise. And how much it got raised? It got raised by this red color. It is shown by this red color. This was my initial water level, denoted by capital I. This was my initial level, and then this becomes the final level. It's very obvious part, students, that if initially there was 5 liter of water inside the container, now also it's 5 liter only. So I will not say that increase in the volume of the water. No, वाटर का वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज नहीं हुआ, वाटर का लेवल इंक्रीज हो गया. Why so? It's a common physics, students, that every matter needs space. Every matter occupies space. Amount of space occupied by any matter is equal to its volume. So whatever may be the volume of this cuboid, that amount of water needs to be risen up. Why? Because initially the water level was here, but because I put the metallic block inside, the metallic block also is a matter, it will also occupy space. How much space this metallic block will occupy? The space occupied by this metallic block will be equal to its volume. So now the water is displaced. How much water will be displaced? The volume of water which is displaced from its initial position will be equal to the volume of this metal block, because water needs to give space to this metal block. So if for example, pay attention that if the 100 is the volume of this metallic block is 100, so this metallic block will displace the water of 100 with the quantity of 100 volume only, with the volume 100 only. So if at all the volume of this metallic block is 100, the volume of this displaced amount of water, this with the red color, will also be 100. अगर इस ये कंटेनर, ये ब्लॉक का वॉल्यूम अगर 1000 होगा, तो ये रेड से जो डिनोट हुआ है इनिशियल एंड फाइनल पोजीशन के बीच में जो वाटर, द इंक्रीज्ड वाटर लेवल, इतना का वॉल्यूम भी 1000 होगा. Because according to the physics, the volume of the substance which we put inside the container displaces the same amount of liquid. Because why there is a displacement in the water level? Because to occupy space, and how much space is occupied? As much as the object has a volume. Volume of water displaced, हिंदी में कितना पानी अपनी जगह से हिल गया, is equal to volume of cuboid, this rectangular cuboid. Okay, now students, this was the catch of the question. Volume of water displaced is equal to volume of cuboid. Now what's the formula for volume of cuboid? Volume of cuboid is length into breadth into height. This is the formula. We know the length 22 centimeter, we know the breadth 14 centimeter, we know the height 10.5 centimeter. Okay, now what will be the volume of water displaced? Now pay attention, students. The volume of water displaced, how much water is displaced? It is in this green color. Can I say, students, this green color is nothing but again a cylinder? So just consider this as a cylinder. It's a cylinder of, obviously. Okay, what is the radius of this green color cylinder? Of course, 21 centimeter. See, this is the formula, pi r square h. Pi, we know the value of pi. R means radius, we know r is 21. H is the height of the cylinder. Now we are talking just about this green color cylinder, because we are talking about the volume of water displaced, which is this green color. So just don't see this blue color part. Now the concerned cylinder for us is this green color. So what is the height of this green color cylinder, students? So now the height we have to assume. Let us assume that the increase in the water level, the height at which the water level was increased be x. So for this green color cylinder, why I am taking this green color cylinder only? Because this green color is the amount or volume of the water which got displaced. So it resembles a cylinder because it is in the cylinder. Radius is same 21 and the height we are assuming it as x. And what is asked in the question? This x is only asked. See here, find the rise in the level of water. So let the rise in the level of water be x. So pi r square. R is r square into h, height. And here height is x. We are assuming the height as x. That's it, students. Now at the place of pi, I will put 22 upon 7 multiply by r square. My radius is 21. So 21 multiply by 21 into x, we don't know. Okay. and on the right hand side L into B into H. What's the value of length? Length is 22 centimeter, breadth is 14 centimeter, and height is 10.5 centimeter. Instead of writing 10.5, I'll write 105 upon 10 just to eliminate the decimal point. Okay, great. Now I can do the cancellation, something like this. I have here 7 ones are, 7 threes are is 21. Okay, now 5 twos are is 10, 5 twos are is 10, 5 ones are. Okay, 2 ones are, 2 sevens are. On the left hand side I have one term. This is one term, everything in multiplication. This is second, another term. On the left hand side I can see 21, on the right hand side also I can see 21. So this 21 and this 21 goes off. Okay, on the left hand side I can see 22, and the right hand side also I can see 22. This 22 and 22 goes off. That's it. So what we are left with? On the left hand side I have 3 multiplied with x is equal to, on the right hand side what I have just 7. Okay, so therefore x is equal to 7 upon 3. 3 ones are, 3 twos are is 6. Okay, point remainder is 1. If I add one more 0 after, because I have added a decimal point here, it becomes 10. Okay, 3 threes are is 9, remainder 1 becomes 10. 3 threes are 9, it will be recurring. So either you can write the answer as x is equal to 7 upon 3, or even you can write 2.3333. Okay, or even you can convert it into mixed fraction. What will be the answer? Remainder, the divisor remains same. 3 twos are is 6. So 2 is 6. Remainder is 1. So 2 1 upon 3. But if you don't put the units, you will get 1 marks less. So always centimeter, centimeter, centimeter. Final statement is compulsory. Therefore, rise in level of water when solid is submerged is equal to x. Okay, and is equal to this. Now students, I have not written that statement. It's compulsory to write. Where you will write, just here you can write the statement. I'm marking a star over here. You have to write, let the rise in water level be x centimeter. Hope you understood the question, students. Please pause the video and do it whatever is there on the board. Do everything which is there on the board. Of course, in the examination, students, what you have to do in examination, you just have to write the data. Okay, in examination what you will do, you will put the heading cuboid. In examination I'm talking about. Just write the quantities, length, breadth and height. In the data you will write, and you'll write the container, cylindrical container, the only two things, diameter, radius. That's it. Okay, but here along with the data I have drawn the pictures also, figures also. Please do it first. Students, now the last question for this lecture, an important question. Pay attention please, pay attention please. How many cubic meters of earth? How many cubic meters of earth? Earth means soil, mud. Cubic meters means volume. Cubic meters means meter cube, and in meter cube we always measure volume only. So you should understand that cubic meters of earth means volume of earth, volume of soil, volume of mud must be dug out to make a well of 28 meter deep and 2.8 meter in diameter. हिंदी में कितना डग करेंगे एक अर्थ को? Okay, let us imagine that I have like this. I have a land like this. Okay, I need to make a well. Of course, wells are cylindrical in shape. So one fine day I called upon one of the architects and I instructed him that I want to have a well like this. So what he told, that you need to dug out whatever soil, whatever earth we have over here outside, so that you get a well. The question he asked me was, sir, you tell me please that what should be the volume of the well? You need a well, but what will be the quantity of water you are expecting that the well will store? Or in other words, what will be the volume, the capacity of the well? I told him, let us say that capacity of my well to store water, or the volume of the well, what I want is, for example, I'm just giving you a random example, B should be 1000 meter cube, He told me, okay, fine. So now I am starting with the process of digging up this entire earth to remove all the earth, all the soil, all the mud, and to obtain a well which will have capacity, which will have volume, which can store water of about 1000 meter cube. So he started with the work. So all the men started digging up this, and they were throwing up the mud, the earth outside. Okay, whatever earth they were removing out, okay, we collect it over here. We collected it over here. Students, my question to you is, what will be the volume of the earth or mud they will remove? What volume of mud or soil or earth they will remove in order to get the well of a capacity of volume 1000 meter cube? Answer is, the volume of mud, the volume of earth or soil which they will remove to form a well of 1000 meter cube will be same 1000 meter cube. Yes, 1000 मीटर क्यूब का सॉइल बाहर निकालेंगे, अर्थ बाहर निकालेंगे, तो ही तो 1000 मीटर क्यूब की जगह हो जाएगी. It's very obvious that if at all my desired volume of the well is 1000 meter cube, so the amount of earth which I will remove from the well will also be 1000 meter cube. The volume of earth to be dug out, it will be equal to volume of well. Okay, so hope you all understood this discussion. Okay, what is the volume of well? Well is nothing but a cylindrical structure. So what's the formula? Formula is pi r square h. Pi r square h is the formula. Now it's given to us that the radius is the radius given. How many cubic meters of the earth must be dug out to make a well 28 meter deep? Height is 28 meters. Okay, diameter, don't forget its diameter. Diameter d is 2.8 meter. So radius will be half of it, 1.4 meters. Everything you have to write in the data. Pi is 22 upon 7. R square, R is 1.4. So 1.4 multiply by 1.4. H is how much? 28. 28. That's it. Now just the cancellation, students. It's very simple now. Now see this. 7 ones are, 7 fours are is 28. 4 twos are is 8. 4 twos are is 8 multiply by 14. 14s are is 196. But we have decimal point. We'll have decimal point after 2 digits. So 1.96, students. Okay. So volume of earth to dug out is nothing but volume of well, and volume of well is coming to be what? 88 multiplied by 1.96, which will come to be 172.48 meter cube. It's a volume, cubic meters. That's it. So we got our first answer for our first sub question. Now next is, students, find the cost of plastering its inner surface. Now when they say inner surface, that means they are just speaking about the walls, the inner walls. Inner surface means the curved surface area. See my hands, the inner part. Okay, the inner part over there. They are digging up. It's a well, so it's open from the top. Will not consider the top, nor even will consider the base. Will not consider the bottom also. Will just consider the inner walls. Okay, so it's just a curved surface area. Curved surface area. So first I need to find the curved surface area, students. Okay, so area of inner surface of well is equal to curved surface area of well. Curved surface area's formula is 2 pi RH. 2 into 22 upon 7 into R is 1.4 and height is 28. Here 7 ones are 7 and it's here 7 fours are 28. Okay, 4 twos are becomes 8. 8 into 22 into 1.4. Okay, 8 twos are is 16. Carry 1. 8 twos are 16 plus 1, 17. 176 into, it's 14. It's 1.4. So I'll write 14 upon 10. Deliberately I have not find out the multiplication. Why to do the multiplication? Because I am not in need of the area of the inner surface of the wall. That's not my final answer. My final answer should be See, be smart. Why should I take trouble to multiply everything here? I know when I'll multiply 176 with 14, I can get an answer and I can just put a decimal point. But why should I waste my time? Because I don't want find the cost of plastering its inner surface. If so, I just have to multiply this rate with the inner area, which is curved surface area. Okay, and it's given to me that rate is 4.50 per square meter. हिंदी में 1 स्क्वायर मीटर पेंट करने का 4.5 रुपीज़ है. हमको कितना पेंट करना है? जितना भी उसका इनर सरफेस है. ओके, जितना भी उसका इनर सरफेस है. सो कैन आई से नाउ ओवर हियर हाउ मच कर्व सरफेस एरिया मल्टीप्लाई बाय रुपीज 4.50. So curve surface area is 176 into 14 upon 10 multiplied by 4. I can remove this 0. This will be 45 upon 10. Now further I can do the cancellation, students. Over here I can say 5 2s are is 10, 5 9s are is 45. Okay, 2 1s are, 2 7s are, I can say. I have to multiply this 9 7s are 63. Okay, 63 will be multiplied with 176. 11088 the whole upon 10. So this can be written as rupees 1108.8. But paisas are always expressed in 2 digits. When I divide it by 10, of course its point, the decimal point will come after 1 digit, but paisas should be expressed in 2 digits, so I have to put 1 0 over here. So this is my final answer. Okay, so the cost of plastering the well will be 1108.80. Hope you understood, students. Pause the video. It was very important question. Please do it fast.